Hi, I'm Glenn Elzinga. I'm from May, Idaho. I own and operate Alderspring Ranch, and I'm just here to chat.
We want to talk about well, first of all, kind of explain the essence of what you do, and then what you're excited about moving into the future as we hit 2020 and this whole regenerative movement that we're in.
Okay. What we do right now is we raise and finish on grass about 400 head of grass-fed organic beef a year. And we raise them on pretty wild pastures in the central mountains of Idaho. 70% of all of our forage is up, captured on rangelands and wild landscapes that we share with a ton of wildlife up there. So it's an extremely wild product. It's akin to wild Alaskan salmon. We actually live with the cattle. The cattle travel about 700 miles a year as we take them to new forage and higher elevations through the course of the summer. Then this time of year, right now we're November, we come down out of the mountains at the end of the grazing season. We're grazing stockpile grass at home, and throughout the year we're finishing these cattle on grass, and we market them every 2 weeks. We're shipping cattle off. 75% of our business is on the internet. 25% of our business goes to brick and mortar stores throughout the country.
And the way that you're doing that operation, it's having this amazing effect on the land and regenerating and building soil.
Yeah, and it took a while to figure that. It took a while to figure that out. We've been at this 27 years, and we started very conventionally in terms of a livestock standpoint, and did a lot of our work just following what the county agent said, following what magazines told us to do, because we really didn't know anything. I'm a forest ecologist by training. My wife is a PhD plant ecologist, so we came into it with very little livestock experience, and we just had to learn everything.
Yep.
So, but the problem is we learned from a lot of the wrong sources, and we had to undo a lot of what we did. Eventually we became certified organic in 2003. That began to change everything, and then we started to see everything start regenerating. And the last thing we focused on was these wild rangelands. About 6 years ago, we started herding our cattle and living with them, and keeping them in a herd together so we could control exactly where they were. And that has transformed riparian areas up in the west of where we live. And that means aspen stands are regenerating like crazy. Beavers are coming back. We have sage grouse coming in. We have tons of songbirds moving in. We have a lot of trout habitat being restored. And our range looks better than ever. And plus, our beef cattle are producing twice as much volume as they used to. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, all this amazing virtuous cycle.
Oh man, it's
and
beautiful.
biodiversity.
And it's just beautiful. And it's all because we let nature do the thing that nature's good at.
Yep.
And
You listen.
yeah, and the problem was it took us 27 years to figure out how to listen, and we're still learning. We're still on that fast track of learning. So it's very humbling, because I was talking to a guy yesterday here at the conference, and he said, so you've kind of arrived. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I feel like every day I wake up, I feel more ignorant than I was the day before, because I'm kind of humbled and
Yes.
blown away about the knowledge that's out there that I've never explored. So anyway, for 2020, what I'm excited about is, I was just talking at the dinner table with my wife about this with some friends at the conference here. They were like, well, it's really changed for young people who want to get into agriculture. And we thought about it for a bit, and it's like, you know what? We got into it about 30 years ago. We started trying to do this. And really, I don't think the field's changed. Some of the rules are different. You still have to, pay attention to demographics and how you can get started and those sorts. But there's ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We have conservation easements now. Didn't exist when we were kids.
Yep.
And we have this demographic in the ranching and farming community that's like my age or older.
Mm-hmm.
That's the central point of the demographic. Right. And what's so exciting is a lot of those people don't want to keep working their butts off anymore, and they're looking for some
ready.
young people to come in. And a lot of them even have kids who want no part of the farm. They're in technology, they're in real estate investment, they're doing very well. They have no interest in farming or ranching. These parents are looking for somebody else. That's exactly how we transitioned. We found some old people. They mentored us for about 12 years. We gave them a place to live. They were essentially retired, but they were living a dream because they were still in their place.
Yep.
And they didn't have to do all the work anymore. And we learned everything from them. And we transitioned our place like that. And so I'm really excited, because going into 2020, I think it's as good a time as ever for young people to get into agriculture. All the mouth speak out there from Beef Magazine to, you know, Successful Farming Magazine. It talks about how difficult it is for young people to get into this. And you're right, it is difficult. You got to, I mean, for Carol and I, we worked 2 jobs. We worked a job that subsidized our existence on the ranch because it wasn't paying you full time, and then we ranch full time. You know, we're just joking that we're changing water at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, we're herding cattle sometimes in the dark.
Right.
And but it was okay because when you're young, you got all kinds of energy. And what's exciting is that hasn't changed.
Right.
If you want to work for it, it's
you
still
still
there.
have that energy.
It's still there.
Yeah, there's that excitement.
Well, I'm actually excited about the young people because we have so many of them work for us every year.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that, you know what, if they want it,
right,
they can still get it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's great opportunity.
Awesome. And you're there to mentor.
Yep.
Awesome.
And I'd love to.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, Glenn.
All right.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking it over.
Yeah.
So take care.